All right, I'm out on Grace's farm today. I've done a few videos about this place as far as the history of it, but anyway, it's a permission farm. This will be 19 years. I've been hunting it, and it's 300 plus acres, mostly ag along a good creek. And I actually also have permission to access through and even hunt some spots. Here's a bed on another 200 acres that touch the 300 on two different ends, one west and one east. But anyway, I haven't been here since hunting season last year, and you know, there was a time in the mid-2000s where this was all I had to hunt, and we gave it a lot more attention and probably actually overhunted it. But I need to get in here and freshen up trail cam, freshen up mineral, and just try to do some preparation to hunt this place this fall. Not as many deer numbers as say the home farm, but quality is very high. Big bucks, big deer. It's a great area. Biggest buck of my life came off this farm. So anyway, that's what I'm doing today. I'm probably going to spook stuff trying to walk down in here. There's no way to get anywhere unless you're walking along the edge of crops. Grass is tall, so it's not the most convenient situation to walk in here like this. This would have be a good application for one of those e-bikes, which I don't have. But we're gonna get in here and freshen this up. There's off chance that the camera I have out would have still been taking pictures, but I seriously doubt it. Really, the only history I have about bucks here are, you know, pictures that are year and a half old. So really we'll be going into Grace's blind this year, but just knowing that the potential for big bucks is here, and you can never go wrong just sitting in a few of these stands during the rut. So well, as I was just coming down here, and not even 5 minutes ago I said I'm probably going to spook something, but I'm walking down this hill and it's nice and shady and breezy, and this seems like a good spot for a velvet buck to lay in bed. And sure enough, looked like a young 10-pointer jumped up right there on the edge of that corn and walked over there. I don't know, thought there might be maybe a second one, but maybe not. Okay, we're actually on Grace's now down here in the creek bottom, which, like I said, this is big ag country, so the only cover is along the creek. But that stand you see behind me, not that stand exactly, but maybe one of these other trees here that my son killed his biggest bow buck. This spot here, but it's just a small, I'm guessing 5-acre bean field that's on the other side of the creek. The big ag is across the creek, you know, several hundred acres, but Grace has both sides of the creek here, and there's these little smaller fields on the other side of the creek. So spooked up one buck. Let's see, hopefully we don't do that too much. Oh, here it is. This is a massive big as my pickup truck mineral lick here, and I have not freshened it up. It's been probably a good 365 since I've put out any mineral here. But like I said, I've hunted here for 19 years, and Raymond, Grace's husband, he was a bit of a conservationist before that was really even a thing, but he had salt licks and mineral out for deer here even prior to me hunting here. So every deer in the neighborhood is familiar with this mineral site. And there's my camera still there, but I'm certain that the batteries are dead. Let's just see. What? I'm not sure what that means, but the batteries are not completely dead, so maybe I do have some pics on here. Okay, this thing is acting like an active camera. It was on. Lights up. Let's see if it will do the countdown. This is one of those El Cheapo $30 trail cams, and yeah, I don't know, I think the batteries are acting kind of wonky. I may have some pics on here. I may see what kind of bucks we got yet. I might have some velvet stuff, so we'll see. Oh, and what I meant to say about these cheapo cameras, they're great for putting in a spot where you think it might get stolen, or you don't know when you'll be back to check it. You know, they're kind of a throwaway deal, but some of them don't work very good at all, and some of them are reliable as heck. And that's why this one is here. It's just historically, it's just been a good camera. It gets pics and works every time. So we'll see what we got here. Well, there it is, new mineral. Freshened up trail cam. I'm really curious to see what was on that. I mean, it was acting like it was active. You know, sometimes when the batteries get low like that, they aren't actually triggering and taking pictures, but we'll see. This is another good spot where, well, several big bucks have gone down right here on this creek crossing. Got the main ag out here, the big field, and then this is another one of those spots where it crosses the creek, and then another, I think that one's 10 acres over there of ag. But we just access this farm through, depending on the wind, and a lot of times, you know, we have to come straight across the huge ag field to get down here, and we've kind of figured out ways to do it to have success. But not going to go into all the details about Grace's farm. Kind of do that as we hunt it over the season, and I've done previous videos on it. But love this farm. All my kids got their first deer here, and really my kids grew up on this farm, my boys. And you know, for years the deer meat in our freezer came from this farm, so we love it. Potential for monster bucks out here. In fact, my biggest bow kill came from this farm, borderline booner. So yeah, this is it. Grace is going to put out one more camera on my way back to the truck in a kind of a historical scrape area, and then get out of here. Okay, I'm heading back to the truck. Going to cross under the fence here from Grace's over to Wayne's, which, as I explained earlier, is another acreage I have permission on. Wayne was a was my football and track coach and math teacher in high school. So good man, no nonsense man. Learned a lot from him, and he's kind enough to let me access on him and hunt on him at times. Been a few times the last couple years where I've been sort of overruled and not really kicked out, but just asked not to during the rifle season so his son could hunt. With this elm tree with these branches hanging over, this is a every year scrape here. So I'm gonna set up a camera on it. I was really dialed in on a nice 10-pointer one year and had to stand in that tree right there to kill him. And that was one of those cases where I really think they came down here, saw I had a tree stand, and would just preferred that I not shoot the big buck. But I'm sure they didn't shoot him either. But I'll put a camera on this tree right here and I'll get a picture of whatever good buck's in here. I'll get him. Well, I stand corrected. That $30 trail cam has been taking pictures this whole time since November. So when I get home, I'm going to thoroughly go through all these pictures, but I just scrolled through till I found a buck. And how's that for an 8-pointer?